Hi, my name is Francine and I have ovarian cancer. We don't know how long I have, so my job right now is to make every day count. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing great. Today is a head day. It's one of those days where I don't feel great, but I push myself, I'm actually going to see a client today at the office. I have not done that for a hot minute, so the show must go on. If I didn't feel that well, though, I would definitely reschedule it. I want to make sure that I give all of myself when I work, and that's why I don't work that much. Anyway, I wanted to address a couple of comments about my choice to stop imaging for a little bit. Most of you are very supportive. Some of you are a little bit concerned for me, and I really appreciate that. But I will monitor very closely the blood work, and I will monitor how I feel. Cancer is really strange in the fact that you can feel really good and then you don't feel so good. It's a lot of ups and downs physically, and I thought I was alone in that, and I have confirmed that a lot of people go through that. So what I'm monitoring is when I have more bad days than good, or if my bad days are just horrific, then I will call attention to it, but for now, I'm still and will forever still be trying to make every day count. Some days don't count as much as other days, but that's okay. Anyway, I have some things to talk about. So, why don't we go in the car? Because I got to go to work. So, this is just going to be constant car vlogging. Sorry. All right, let's get started. Hi, everybody. Again. Let's go to the office. Today's video was supposed to be a story from the Death with Dignity program. It was a post I had found online. And then investigating it a little further, I didn't really feel like that was a video or a post I really wanted to cover. It wasn't what I thought it was. So I think that's fine. I'd rather give you something that is quality. So today is Saturday. I know you're watching this on Sunday. And Chris works on Saturdays till today, probably till about noon. And he mentioned going somewhere today later. And right now I'm not feeling up to that. But I took a Ritalin. And we'll see if my energies can perk up. Like I said, I'm using the Ritalin a little sparingly, but Chris really works hard, and if he wants to go do something, Neon and I will do our best to comply. Neon really is, they haven't been out of the house for a few days. They do have a longboard. I'd love to see them practice. They're not opposed to going outside, but I gotta tell you, the heat wave is coming. Oh, God. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Recirculate air. Skunk. I just passed a dead animal on the other side of the road. I did not realize it was a skunk. I thought maybe it was a cat or something, but oh man. I am really opposed to certain smells. Chris has a good sniffer, but he doesn't mind that stuff. Like even people with body odor, it's just, to him, it's just like, oh, that's that person smells. But I can't tolerate it. Okay. Not really. Not quite yet. Dang. Okay. Well, that'll wake me up. That'll definitely make me feel alive. When I get out of the office, I'll continue a conversation and we'll just see how I'm feeling. And that how I'm feeling is more important than scans, really. I mean, at the end of the day, how I'm feeling is everything. At the beginning of the day as well. Guy behind me wants to cuddle. Sorry, I'm married. So I'm actually going a little over the speed limit, so if you don't mind. Anyway, also getting off the cancer for a second, I went to BJ's Wholesale yesterday. That was in my video. And my goal was for a rotisserie chicken. So I got this nice rotisserie chicken. It's really good there. And they're large, you know, I mean, you go to other grocery stores, they have gone up in price and come down in size. It's really sad. So they still make the big ones. And if you're a member of BJ's, it's only $4.99. That's, I think, one of those giveaways. They don't make profit on that, but it's worth going out of your way to get. I mean, for 3 people, I get 2 meals out of it. And the first meal is something always a little bit different. I don't just slice up the chicken. I make white chili with it. So it's really good. It's white chili, just simply means there's no red sauce in it. And I make it with chicken and beans, of course. And that's really good. I think I made something as a rice dish last time. But I've made several dishes with it. So I made a special Asian chicken wrap. Backstory: I love Peking duck. They're a little greasy and all, but Peking duck, they hang to get the fat out. They hang it. You know, it used to be when I was a kid, my mother loved it, and we had to order it from a Chinese restaurant like 24 hours in advance so that they could hang it. They don't do that anymore. If they even have it on the menu at this point, they usually deep fry it so that it's crispy. But it still has a load of fat. So we had made it at home. I've made it. Chris basically has banned me from hanging duck in the kitchen. And, I get it, but the last time I made it was so good. So I made a revision that, I might do that again. Just lift the ban for a few minutes. But I decided you can make something like that with chicken, but rotisserie chicken doesn't have crispy skin. It's good skin. I like skin, but it's not really conducive to that. So what I did, I was going to make Peking chicken. It doesn't quite equate to Peking duck, but I had all the elements there, and I bought the rotisserie chicken and I cut good sized chunks out, and then see, I'm salivating. I made all the elements, and if you've never had it, I took pictures, and it's basically a wrap with chicken, a hoisin sauce, but it's not just a hoisin sauce. It actually has sesame oil and ginger and a whole bunch of other things in there, and I love hoisin sauce. I decided not to make the rice due to the carbs because I'm making rice tonight. And So then I cut up some scallion and some cucumber. And in certain areas, they don't do the cucumber. In New Jersey, when I was a kid, they did the cucumber. I've had it out here in PA. They don't do the cucumber. I only have it like maybe once every 2 years, but when I have it, I really enjoy it. I don't even if they deep fry it. But making your own, there's nothing like it. So I made all the fixins, and now I'm just calling that a chicken Asian wrap. But it was good. It was really good. So what I do is with the leftovers, I pick out the small pieces and chop up the whatever big pieces are there, and I make chicken salad. First, I also share with the cats. So really, there's a meal for a lot of entities. So I cannot not give to the cats, and it's all protein. I don't really give carbs or anything. We don't do that. There are some vegetables cats can have, but the chicken salad was really good too. So usually it's for sandwiches, but we decided for the next night we would make chicken salads. The chicken salad on top of a salad. That's basically what it is. And Chris, Neon, and I all have different vegetable needs or wants or dislikes. So I had to make 3 different salads, but that's not unusual and it's not difficult. It's just explaining why this picture might look a little, off. I don't know. But I shouldn't have spinach. Chris and I don't really like peppers. Chris doesn't care for too much onion or too much tomato. Why am I talking about this? Hi, I have cancer. Let's get back to it, right? I know, you don't care what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to get to the office. I also didn't have an extra coffee today, which is fine. I don't want to do that when I have a Ritalin. So, anyway, when I don't feel good, I can still talk. I can still yap. But this should be kicking in pretty soon. I do have other news that is also not really cancer related, but important. Monday, we're going to buy the Kia. I'm going to make sure that Chris's name is on it for obvious reasons. Otherwise, if we still have a loan outstanding and it's just in my name, then car is just taken, I guess. So, yeah, make sure you got your stuff together, man. End of life stuff, and that's not something that's even end of life. It's just logical things you have to think about when you have cancer. I mean, I would say when you have terminal cancer, but the fact is that it should be any cancer or any illness or really at any time. Should always think about the what ifs. And I always do. And that's why there's no more scans. Because I'm always thinking and overthinking, and I'm just done with that. So a little freedom. Yeah, now I'm just worried about the next blood test. Hi again. I did something dumb. I had a good thought, great idea, and I didn't follow through correctly on it. So it wasn't dumb, but I need AC. It's hot out. It's just going to get hotter. So what I did was I planned to actually bring my gimbal because it also doubles as a tripod. And I was going to finish my video in my office because it's Saturday and nobody else is in the building but me. And then I forgot the gimbal. It's home with the light charging on it. It's the light's on the charger. So I guess you just get me in the car today again. I don't know if the Ritalin has actually kicked in quite yet, but I do feel just a little bit better. Although if I assess the situation as to whether I could take a nap right now or not, maybe I'd say no, I'm not ready. So that could have been the difference. Anyway, monitoring everything. Still taking my Miralax. I'm still taking my vitamin D and all the other stuff. Lots of vitamins. I think that's important when you're sick. You know, it could be drawing some extra energy and not being depleted so quickly, as I think people with diabetes as well as cancer get depleted very easily. I've been still having problems with some hydration, but anyway, blah, 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 cancer, blah, blah, blah. Just don't feel like talking about it today, I guess. And some days be like that. So I'm still working on my deck. And actually, Tracy came over and she got me the cutest little succulent. Well, it's not little. It's a nice little, like a garden tray, a garden dish. And I just replanted a couple things. Last night was the first dry day that we've had for a while, so I was able to clean the deck with a hose, which is funny. We've had so much rain, you'd think the rain would have just taken care of it, but it doesn't work that way. Someone did ask me in the comments, does it just rain all the time where you live? No, I did notice that we've had a very, very long spring, temperature-wise and rain-wise. Usually, by this time, it's pretty dry. It's going to be dry the next week, though. So, the deck is not really quite where I want it to be yet, and I still might want a couple more plants. But I've got to water those babies every day because it's hot and dry right now. So this will be the test. And this is good. If it's going to be dry, it means I could bring the chairs out and put the cushions on and bring the chase lounge and then leave it overnight and not worry so much. Because I've just been taking it out for 15 minutes and putting it back in before it rains. And so the one detail I'm still waiting for is my bird bath. I ordered a bird bath and then it came in, and the way the mechanism worked wasn't going to work for my railing. It was the bowl screwed into the clamp so that in order to clean the bird bath every week, I would have to unscrew the bowl and put it. I just knew those threads were not going to last very long. When I was looking for something with a metal ring that the bowl would actually sit right in. And so I ordered another one. I took that back and I ordered another one online. And that one didn't come in. It said in the delivery digest in my email that it was coming on a certain date, and that date was there, and then there was a delay, and then they gave me no updates on it. So like 3 days later, I made a call. No, I messaged the seller and they never got back to me. So then I had to call Walmart because I was buying it from one of their pro sellers. And I try not to do that, except Walmart itself really didn't carry what I was looking for. So I called Walmart and let them know that I didn't hear from the seller, and they gave me a refund. Oh man, I don't want the refund. I want the bird bath because I'd waited weeks for it, and now I've got to start over again. I ordered a third bird bath This time I ordered it on Amazon and it is due on Tuesday. So fingers crossed. As soon as I get all that set up, I will show you a video of it. So look for that probably in my next video. I'm excited. Yeah, talking about bird baths and the deck and sitting out there, even if it's really, really hot, I'm going to do it. I'm taking advantage of the dry weather. I'll take a spray bottle with me, spritz myself down. That's so much better than talking about cancer. So I'm glad a lot of you said that you didn't care what I was talking about. But it is a cancer channel. And I have to say, if I don't talk a little bit about my cancer, the algorithms will say, yeah, we're not going to show your video to a lot of people because you're not talking about what they wanted to hear about. And then there was a few people who said, honestly, I wouldn't watch your videos if I wasn't looking for the updates. Totally fair. I don't take it personally. Maybe you don't like me otherwise. I'm not taking it personally. But I may not have the updates that you're looking for a while. So if you bow out for a little bit, I'm okay with that. And then to the rest of you, I know you love me for me. Okay, so I'm on the way home. And it's like afternoon now, and it is. I hope the air conditioning can keep up with me here. It's funny, a lot of times I'm cold. As I get older, old people are cold. But sometimes I'm just overheated. And it's just ridiculous. A lot of traffic today. It's like the first dry weekend in a while. Too bad. Last week, our community yard sale was in the park, and it totally got rained out. This weekend, it would have been a great weekend for that. Well, I was so tempted to make a left right there. That leads to where I go to the flower place. But I think I'm going to skip it today. Okay, if you're still with me, I thank you very much. But drop me a skunk emoji. Oh gosh. I'm sure that there is one. I'm back home. And it's later. I got home and crashed for 20 minutes, and there was a solstice street fair that Chris wanted to go to in a nearby town called Mount Joy. And it probably was their first year. There weren't that many vendors, but it was really nice, and there were festive people and girls wearing their little fairy outfits with their wings, and so it was kind of woo-woo in a way. There were actually readers and vendors with some new agey stuff, and I think it was a new agey store that actually sponsored it. So it was fun, but it was hot. It was very, very hot. So I don't know what the temperature went up to today, but it was probably around 90, 92. And it's going to be going up probably for the next several days. So I was glad to get out because, I may just stay home for a few days. I don't know, and enjoy my plants. When I went out, I had left my mic and the receiver and the mic on the table on my desk. They're not big, but I got to tell you, we were gone for like an hour because we just couldn't walk anymore, and it was kind of small. And I get back and I cannot find the mic that I left on the desk. And there's only one cat that can get up here. So that little booger took my mic, used it as a toy, Chris helped me find it, and it was under the sofa table. And here's what's like, it's intact, but it's missing a hat. I don't know if we're going to find it in the litter box or if I could salvage it. I don't know. I went around with a flashlight, but oh, he's such a bad boy. I did want to give you one quick update that Yami actually did pass away. Thank you for those who told me in the comments. And I went back to the videos and they had changed the last video title to past tense. So that was also confirmation. And may he rest in peace. Just feels like a waste. So I was supposed to make dinner, but I forgot to take out of the freezer. Yay, we get an out night. I'm going to close. Love you all. Feel blessed because you're blessed. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.